Johnny Mosley here for Peter Glenn Ski and Sports, hanging out in Pompano, Florida, testing wake surfboards, wakeboards, all the stuff at the LTS Training Center, having a ton of fun. Even though we had a little rain and stuff, it was warm. So luxurious. You're in there, it's just cushy. Plus, they got a hot tub, so just hanging out in the hot tub. I mean, I always wanted to come to Florida when I was younger as a wakeboarder and do like a week of camp. It just took me, 30, 40 years to come, but I'm here in the end, testing boards. Here we go. This is the Connelly Blaze 141. And when I read the sheet on this bad boy, it was like, oh, super versatile. These are notes from the vendor who's a pro, and it's I've used this when I forgot my board at a pro event, and I was like, that sounds like baloney. And then I tried it, and I was like, whoa, this board is amazing. Incredible. I think the first thing you notice right away with this board is when you start just laying down arcs, carving out, just messing around to warm up. This thing will not skip out. It is just sticky, you can just lay into it. So you almost, if you're not feeling like jumping right away, you can slash the lip and carve and feel like you're on a surfboard with fins in it. Because that's one of the things sometimes you notice on the newer wakeboards. If you're old school like me and you grew up on a Scurfer, or a Scurfer Rage that had 3 fins, you kind of you want that thing to hang in there when you slash the lip. You don't want to have to be like that current snowboard style where all you have is the rail to hang in there, right? And you go to slash it, the thing skips out. I don't know if you ever noticed that. But Connelly has upgraded all this stuff. They've got these little channels in here, you see these little cutouts, and that reduces friction on the takeoff. Obviously they got the little fins here to go with the middle fin. It's got the center ridge to displace when you land big jumps. And in general, they used a very light 3-stage rocker. So if you've seen any of my reviews before, you know that 3-stage rocker is kind of more like an abrupt system where the tip and the tail are turned up pretty aggressively and the middle is more flat. But this is what they call a very light 3-stage rocker. Now the benefit of 3-stage rocker is you can get some pop off the end of the lip. But the disadvantage of it is the middle of your board is flat, so when you're trying to carve around, it feels super skittish. So they've kind of blended that in a nice way. I like the new iteration of the Blaze. I feel like I tried this before, but they've made it a lot better over the years. And it comes with this Optima Boot, which even in this sort of larger size, which I would consider a 7 through a 10, that's a big range, right? You would think, oh man, my foot's only going to be in this much of the boot. I was able to get some really good leverage and tighten my foot down really solidly. I feel like they've really upgraded this boot in a nice way. I didn't feel like my ankle was moving at all. And then it had a nice top pull as well. So I think this is a great value, a good package. The only thing that might be limiting is if you're getting to the point where you're throwing some big flips and stuff like that. It might feel a little kind of bulky, but man, this is a great board. Make sure you tighten these down really well. The first time we took it out, I didn't tighten them enough, and the binding started to slide around. So make sure you give those a good extra little crank so they don't slide around. Killer board from Connelly. That's the Blaze in a 141. Pick it up in a Peter Glenn store or go to peterglenn.com. Later.